Our last featherweight quarterfinal. Here's the tail of the tape presented by our friends at Cage Muscle. 3-inch height advantage there for Jeremy Kennedy. He has a 2-inch reach advantage on the arms and a 4-inch reach advantage on the legs. The taller, longer fighter, will he use that to his advantage in this featherweight bout? Lillian Garcia kicks us off inside of the PFL Smart King.
It's time for the last quarterfinal in the featherweight division. This fight is brought to you by SeatGeek. Score the best deals on tickets. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a grappler, standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, officially weighing in at 146 pounds. In 16 professional bouts, he has a record of 14 wins and 2 defeats. He is the number 6 seed, fighting out of Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. Here is Jeremy the Bandit Kennedy! His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is also a grappler, standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, officially weighing in at 146 pounds. This veteran has an outstanding record of 34 wins and 2 defeats. He is the number 3 seed, fighting out of Balneario Camboriú, Brazil, Luis Rafael Laurentino. Your referee in charge, Yves Levine.
Yves Levine, the third man inside of the PFL Smart Cage. A rematch. This time, a spot in the semifinals and playoff continuation at stake for Luis Rafael Laurentino in the green and Jeremy Kennedy, the 6th seed, in the gray trunks. Southpaw Laurentino comes out bouncing. Kennedy tests a jab. Switching stances early is Laurentino. That clipped Laurentino a little bit. High kick attempt. Back to the legs.
Why is this fight taking so long?
He didn't get the memo, evidently.
Kennedy punches his way into a takedown attempt here. Looking to secure a double leg against the cage.
Kennedy's hands are locked. I can't tell, but if they are, he should be able to finish this one.
His hands are locked.
But Laurentino does exactly what he needs, picks him up, brings him up above his hips, and now he can drop his hips and get heavier and make it much harder for Kennedy to finish.
Hard work here against the cage, Randy, but against an explosive striker like Luis Rafael Laurentino, even if you don't get him down, this can pay dividends later in the bout.
Absolutely. He's taking some steam out of those arms, making him work a little harder, fight to get position and stay off of his back here. And that could pay dividends in the end of this round and going into the next round for sure.
Kennedy able to reap the leg there temporarily for Luis Rafael Laurentino. But back to his feet, the Brazilian once again finds his back against the cage. Kennedy not letting go of that body lock.
Keep elevating. You can run him forward a little bit too.
We'll take a look inside Jeremy Kennedy's corner.
You can run that weight forward. Good, now we can step around as well. Watch your head position, Jim. Attaboy.
Nice change of direction by Jeremy Kennedy. Pushing him one way, getting him to resist, and then cutting back the other way, taking his legs out from under him.
So Eric Nixick of Extreme Couture inside of Kennedy's corner. He's been training down here in Las Vegas. Gogo Plata attempt here from the bottom by Luis Rafael Laurentino. We've seen his striking acumen. Let's see what his grappling exchanges look like. He missed it with the right leg. He'll go back potentially just to try it again with the left leg, Yves.
Yeah, he's just switching side to side, and then that can be dangerous. I mean, you get a guy working one direction, you trick him, and you go the opposite direction and catch him slipping.
Well, we haven't seen his submission skills yet in the Professional Fighters League, but they are there. 19 submission victories for Luis Rafael Laurentino. Kennedy attempts to pass the guard here, steps over to half.
Now, Kennedy has spent a lot of time training with and working with Lance Palma the past few years. They were teammates at Extreme Couture. It's not really a conflict of interest for them since they split teams, and he's ready to fight Lance, but he also studied Lance's fight against Laurentino to get ready for this one.
There's Daniel Pineda, fresh off an upset victory over Mavlid Haibulayev, watching intently. He will face the winner of this bout in tonight's semifinal. Fight twice, win twice. All for the shot at a New Year's Eve date at Madison Square Garden and an opportunity for a PFL belt and $1 million.
Kennedy needs to stack Laurentino into that fence, bring his hips in and his head up, and give Laurentino less room to maneuver underneath of him.
90 seconds remain here in the first round of this quarterfinal. Laurentino stuck underneath Jeremy Kennedy. He'll attempt to grab that Kimura for either a sweep or to pull the arm out and threaten a submission.
Kennedy's got that bottom arm trapped at that seat belt. If he can free his right hand, he's gonna have a free hand to chip away at Laurentino.
And there it goes.
There goes the big right hand over the top. Just one though, as Laurentino's able to free his left arm. But he's on his back with the end of the round closing in. Another right hand from the top by Jeremy Kennedy. He goes to pass the half again. Laurentino looking to grab a leg lock here. Knee bar attempt. Kennedy does a good job of curling his other leg over. Eve, how dangerous is this?
This is very dangerous. It's kind of close, but he's okay. Kennedy's safe.
Nice leg attack there by Laurentino.
Nice recovery by Kennedy.
Great job by Kennedy.
Finds himself on top once again to end the round. 5 seconds left here in round one. And we'll be back for round two on ESPN2.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Grab a seat. Good. 3 deep ones for me. Atta boy, slowing it down. No water. No water?
Just breathing.
Hey, look at me. That was an excellent round. All right? I want you to take away the space with your cross. He's going to look to get desperate this round. Okay? He's got to go desperate. He's going to throw heavy head kicks, and I want you to get in that punching range. Do you understand? We're going to take this guy down. We're going to grind him out. I need to peel the hand off the head, and I want to grind him against this cage. You're going to get through this fight great. Let's go.
Very good. Hey, you look great. Thank you.
Welcome back to the second and final round of this quarterfinal bout between Luis Rafael Laurentino in the green trunks and a head kick attempt at Jeremy Kennedy in the gray. Kennedy spent much of round one on top, spinning back fist attempt there from Laurentino. Randy, we saw the corner of Kennedy talking about perhaps Laurentino getting a little bit desperate and wild in strike attempts here, and he started off with that spinning back fist.
And the head kick, which is exactly what his corner said he was going to come out and try to do. You want to see Kennedy use his jab and use his hands, find a way to put this back on the ground and grind out another round. That's what his corner wants him to do.
Kennedy with another takedown. Up and down goes Luis Rafael Laurentino. Jeremy Kennedy on top.
He had good position on that takedown, deep on the hips, deep in on Laurentino's hips. Good control, good lift, good slam.
Good figure 4 inside out. We're just staring at half guard.
Half guard here for Luis Rafael Laurentino.
He's got a wrist wrap.
Glue in there. Glue in there.
Kennedy is Canadian. That's often attributed as a Dagestani handcuff, but it's effective.
He's got that seatbelt locked in tight, sitting in the half guard.
Laurentino in trouble. Yves Levine right on top of the action, wants movement and defense, and he'll wave it off. TKO victory in the second round for Jeremy Kennedy.
Revenge is a dish best served from the top.
Well, you saw number 7 upset number 2, and now the 6th seed victorious over the number 3 seed, Luis Rafael Laurentino. Jeremy Kennedy. He lost the first bout. He comes back with a big redemption win. And of course, when it really matters here in the playoffs. replays and a decision here on ESPN2 in just a moment. Welcome back, Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Eve Edwards, and the final fight stats from Cageonomics. The takedowns were a big difference in the first round, but in the second round, it was the big takedown, and then those ground strikes landed. Jeremy Kennedy able to put away Luis Rafael Laurentino and avenge the loss from the regular season. Lillian Garcia has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 1 minute and 24 seconds into round number 2. Your winner by TKO and advancing to the semifinals in the featherweight division, Jeremy Kennedy!
Big win for Kennedy, and there is Daniel Pineda, who will be the next opponent for our Canadian victor. Take a look at the featherweight bracket. The quarterfinals are over. Our semifinal matchup set. Palmer and Gilpin on the top side. It'll be Canada versus USA. Kennedy and Pineda moving on the bottom half of that bracket. And Caroline Pierce has Jeremy Kennedy inside of the cage.
Thank you, Sean. Jeremy, I know how much you wanted that rematch. You said you wrote it in your phone after the last loss. You got it and you got the victory. How sweet does that feel?
Oh, that like I said, that's what I came here for, was that one right there. You know, it just happened perfectly, perfect timing that I got to focus on that, and now I get to continue on and win this thing.
Well, you had a full camp to prepare for Laurentino. This time you went all the way out to TriStar to prepare for a southpaw, and we can see you at work here. Did it play out as you expected?
Yeah, you know, all the hard, gritty work was done at my home, Extreme Couture. I just went to Montreal to get a different look because I wanted to be uncomfortable, you know, and he's a very dangerous fighter, and he's all over the place, and he's unique. So I had to travel and just see it, you know, and I think that showed the difference is when I had a full training camp and get to focus on something, and I got to right that wrong, that's all.
Well, now you get to face Daniel Pineda in the semifinals. We saw him get a very quick finish. He didn't expend too much energy. Were you expecting it to be Pineda, and what do you think of this matchup?
You know, honestly, no. We kind of anticipated it being Mauve Lid, but at the end of the day, I knew it was going to be one of those two. So I'm happy for him. You know, he came in, his opponent missed weight the last time, so we got a raw end of it. And to see him come in, and now he's got a quick finish over one of the highest ranked guys. And he did it early, you know, so that helps for him. But I trust my gas tank, and I just showed, you know, pace kills. And I can do that again for another 3. And then we can do the finals after that if we want.
Well, great work by yourself and your team at Extreme. We know you've got that gas tank. We'll see you out there in the semifinals. Congrats.
Thank you.
Back to you, Sean.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.